Morning all. My name is M.Suresh, lecturer in Computer Engineering, Government Polytechnic, Masaptan. In this today's class, I will discuss what is operator overloading. In the previous classes, I have already discussed about what is constructor and what are the different types of constructors and what is destructor and how to write a destructor. So we have seen already what are the different programs of these constructors and destructors. So in the today's class, we will discuss what is operator overloading. So let us consider what is operator overloading. So operator overloading is the ability to tell the compiler how to perform certain operation when its corresponding operator is used on one or more variables. In the previous classes, we have already seen about what is function overloading and constructor overloading. In case of function overloading, the same function I can use for different variables. I can use for a single variable, I can use for the two variables, I can use for the three variables, or I can use for anything. The same function I am using for different purpose. In the same way, in constructor overloading, the same constructor I am using for different purposes. The constructor, one constructor without parameters, one constructor with parameters, okay? One constructor with the same class reference as a parameter, that is your copy constructor. In the same manner, we have one more concept called operator overloading, in which the same operator I can use for different purposes, or the same operator it can behave differently in different situation based on the number of variables or based on the type of the variable. For example, the compiler acts differently with regards to subtraction operator depending on how the operator is being used. When it is placed on the left of a numeric value such as this one, then minus 48, the compiler considers the number as negative value. Okay. If for example, if I consider the same operator but based on the different variables on which that operator I am using, so based on the situation I am using that operator, based on that one, that meaning will be changed. If I am using that minus operator, for example, if I am using this minus operator, if I am using this minus operator only on a single variable, like if I am using, we have one data that is 45, and if I am using this minus, minus is a operator, we have different types of operator. If I am using this minus operator before that one, then it will become a negative value. And if I am using this minus operator between these two integer values, like if I am using for between two integer values like 45 minus 78, then it is doing subtraction. The same operator only, the same operator, that is minus operator, if I am using for single variable, single value, then it is doing negation. It is changing the meaning, like that value is a negative value. But if I am using the same operator, same negation minus subtraction operator, minus operator between two integer variables, then it is doing subtraction of two integer values. If I am using the same between two pointer values, then it is doing the subtraction between two float values. Okay, so when used between an integer and a double precision number such as this one, then the compiler subtracts the right number from the left and the operation produces a double precision number. Okay, if I am using this one, then it is getting the float value as the answer. If I am using between two integers, it is getting integer subtraction value, that is negative value. But if I am using this one, it is giving a double value, that is float value only. And if I am using between two, if I am using two negation operators with a operator with a variable, okay, if I am having like this, a is initialized with 5, and after initialization of this a value to 5, then I am doing minus a, then it is doing what internally, this is a decrement operator. Okay, this is decrementing, so this will do decrement operation. So the same operator only here, minus is the operator. Whenever I am using between with a single value, then it is doing negation, it is a negative value, negation operation. And I am using between two integer values, then it is doing integer subtraction. If I am using one integer and one float value, then it is doing float subtraction. Okay, and if I am using with two negation symbols, then it is doing decrement operation. but the same operator. Okay. So when the minus symbol is doubled and placed on one side of a variable, such as minus minus, or this one only, just now I have explained, right? This is minus minus or a minus minus. I can use this one like this. The same minus operator, if I am using 2 times and with a variable, then it is doing decrement operation. This is your pre-decrement and this is your post-decrement. Okay. So it can do this one, decrement operation. So subtraction. All of these operations work because the subtraction operator has the, it will behave differently in different situation. The same operator is same only, that is your minus operator only. If I am using with an integer value and if I am using only single, then it is doing negation operation. And if I am using 2 integer values only, so what I am trying to mention over here is the same operator is doing different operations, or it is behaving differently in different situations. If it is using with a single variable, it is doing negation operation or negative value. If I am using with the 2 integer values, then it is doing subtraction operation, and one of the integer value and one is float value, then it is doing floating subtraction. And if I am using 2 minus minus symbols and with this operator, then it is doing decrement operation, and this one is post decrement. In the same manner, this is called operator overloading. The same operator, it will behave differently on different situations based on the type of the variables. That is your operator overloading. So operator overloading is an important concept in C++. It is a compile time polymorphism. Okay, I think we have discussed about polymorphism. So it is one of the important property of OOPS concepts. Okay, that is your operator polymorphism. The ability to take more than one form. The same thing, it can take more than one form. And this polymorphism can be 2 types: static polymorphism and dynamic polymorphism. In case of static polymorphism, that is achieved through 2 important concepts, that is function overloading and operator overloading. In the previous classes, we have already seen about what is function overloading. The same function I am using for different purposes. The function is same only, but I can have different functions with same name, but those can take different parameters, or it can take the same parameters with the different data types. In the same manner, we can achieve this static polymorphism or compile time polymorphism by using this operator overloading. So whichever the operator that is going to perform on this overloading, that is your user defined data type. For example, plus operator, if you are taking the same thing, if you are taking in the same manner, plus operator also, if it is having a single, then it is doing positive number. It is a positive number. If I am using this plus operator between 2 integer values, it is doing addition, integer addition. If I am using this plus between one integer and one float, it is doing float addition. If I am using this one is in case of Java, that is hello, and if I am using world, so here I am using two strings, and I am using this plus operator. But whenever I am using this plus operator between 2 strings, it is doing concatenation operation in case of Java. So what is the output of this one is hello without any space, hello world. Okay, this is the output. In case of Java programming language, whenever I am using this string values between a plus operator, then it is doing concatenation. But here the operator is same only, plus only. Plus if I am using for single variable, it is doing it is a positive number or negative number. If I am using between 2 integer values, so based on the variables data type, okay, based on the type of the variables or based on the variables data type, that operator is doing different operation on different situation. That is your operator overloading. The same operator will behave differently in different situations based on the type of variable, whether it is integer addition, whether it is float addition, whether both are of string type, then it is doing concatenation. And if I am using this plus operator with a single variable, then it is doing increment operation. Okay, this is your increment operation. Okay, so this is your operator overloading. Okay, so the advantage of this operator overloading is to perform different operations on the same operator and the same operands, so I can do different operations. Okay, if I am taking like I can take a comma b. A comma b are the values, then a plus b. This may be a and b can be integers, then it will do integer addition. If A and B are float, then it will do floating addition. If A and B are strings, it will do concatenation. Okay, so that is your operator overloading. Okay, the same operator will behave differently in different situation. That is your operator overloading. Almost any operator can be overloaded in C++. Following is the list of overloaded operators. So we can have different operators in case of overloading. So what are the operators? Some operators cannot be overloaded in C++. We will discuss that later. But what are the operators that I can overload in C++ are arithmetic operators. I can overload plus operator, minus operator, into, that is multiplication, division and percentile, remainder. Okay, all the operators I can overload. And the next one is bitwise operators. So all these are used to perform operations on the bitwise. So for example, if I take ampersand and this is your ampersand means AND operation, this is your OR operation, bitwise and negation operation, bitwise exclusive operation, left shift operation, right shift operation, all these operations I can do. And bitwise assignment operators, these are ampersand equal, this is called a bitwise assignment, both are combined. Okay, so that is nothing but equal to is this one. Okay, what is this one? If I take A, if I consider this one, I am using this A ampersand. Okay, whenever I am using A ampersand equal to B, so what is the answer? What is the internal meaning of this one? A equal to A ampersand B. It will do AND operation between these two variables. That is where ampersand equal to means. Okay, so R equals to R, exclusive R equals to R, left shift equals to R, right shift equals to. Next after that, relational operators. So which are used to find the relationship between two numbers, whether 10 is less than 20 or 10 is greater than 20, 10 equal to 20 or 10 not equal to 20, 10 less than or equal to 20, 10 greater than or equal to 20. Whenever I want to find out the relationship between two variables, so always the output of this relation operator is either true or false. Okay, if 10 is less than 20, then it will give true, 10 is less than 20. So this relation operators also I can overload, and logical operators I can overload. These are used to combine two or more relational expressions. Whenever I want to combine two or more relational expressions, then I will go for this logical operators. Logical and logical or logical not. Assignment operators also I can overload. Equal to is an assignment operator. Sorry. So equal to is an assignment operator, that I can overload. And arithmetic assignment operators. So like bitwise assignment operators are there. Arithmetic assignment operators. So what are the arithmetic operators? Plus. So if I combine with assignment, then that is your assignment arithmetic operators. So plus equal to, minus equal to, star equal to, by equal to, percentile equal to, all these things. Okay, all these operators I can overload. Almost any operator can be overloaded in C++. Following is the list of overloaded operators. So these are the most commonly used operators that I can overload. Unary operators, that is plus and minus. Okay, this is your plus is your increment operator, and minus is your decrement operator, and unary minus, unary plus, all these are your unary operators that I can overload. And subscripting operations operator, this is your indexing operator. Whenever I am using this array, I can use this subscriptor index, so that also I can overload. Dereference operator, so which is used to get the value. Whenever I am using this pointers, so if I want to get the value of this pointer, then I can use this dereference operator. So whenever I am using this dereference operator, at the time also I can overload by using this dereference operator. And after this, function call operator. So whenever we are using this function, you have to use this parenthesis. These are your function call operators. So this also we can overload. And address of operator. So this is your ampersand is your address of operator. So that also I can overload. And almost all the operators can be overloaded, but we can following is a list of overloadable operators. Some of the other operators that I can overload: member access through member pointer operator. Okay, so this one. And next, member access to object pointer operator. So this also I can overload. And dynamic allocation and release, new delete, all this also. This new delete are for single byte at a time, but this is for array. And comma operator. So this is your comma operator. So this also I can overload. All these operators I can overload, but some of the operators I cannot overload. This is very important question. Okay, for the short questions or ESET also, ESET point of view. So which are the operators that cannot be overloaded? So we cannot overload some of the operators. So what are the operators? This is very these operators. So that is scope resolution operator. So when I am using this scope resolution operator, whenever I want to write the class member function outside the class, then I will use this scope resolution operator. So whenever I want to define this member function outside the class, then I have to use this scope resolution operator. So this operator I cannot overload. And the next one is size of operator, which is used to find out the size of the objects or size of the data types. So this operator also I cannot overload. Sorry. Next, member access operator. If I want to access the data members, okay. So if I take this one, so if I have this class test is there, so whenever I want to define this member function, so what is the member function inside this one? If I consider this member function like int add of int comma int, this is your member function. If I want to define this member function outside, then I have to use return type, that is integer, and what is the name of the class? Test, and this is your scope resolution operator, and this is your name of the function int a comma int b. So this is the by this way I can define this member function outside the class. So whenever I am defining this member function, I will use this scope resolution operator. That I cannot overload. This scope resolution operator I cannot overload. And whenever I want to find out the size of the data types or size of the objects, then I will use this size of operator. So that also I cannot overload. And the next one is member access operator. So whenever I want to access this members, so inside that one we have a variable. So if I want to access this data members outside the class by using void main, so how can I access? First I will create the object for this one, test obj, and now I can access this data. So that is nothing but obj.a, or obj.a I cannot access outside because that is so, but I can access this obj.add of function. Okay, so this is your dot operator, which is also called as member access operator, by using which I can access these members. So this member access operator also I cannot overload. And pointer to member access operator, so that is whenever I am using this pointers, okay, pointers to this member access operator also I cannot use. So how if I want to access like this, so star obj I will create. If I want to call this one star, I can call obj arrow mark, okay, add of 10 comma 20, like this I can call, right? So I created this object. Normal object means just I will use obj dot add, but whenever I created a pointer object, okay, then star obj dot add. So this star dot operator also that is your pointer to member access operator. So I can call like this, or other way is obj arrow operator add of 10 comma 20. So whenever you call like this also, this also I cannot overload this operator. And next, ternary operator. I think you know about this ternary operator. Whenever whenever I am checking the condition, okay, like I can use this ternary operator, then a or b. So this one, okay. So so if I take this c equal to, so then if the a and b values are defined, a equal to 10 comma b equal to 20, if I define like this, then this is a like a simple if else condition. First I have the expression. This is a ternary operator because it will take 3 values. The first one is the expression, and after that we have this colon, and after that we have the true expression, and the next one is false expression. So total 1, 2, 3 arguments are there. So that's why this is ternary operator. So where it will compare with the first, this condition will be checked. So 10 is greater than 20, false. So that's why B. Now what is the answer for this one? C is nothing but 20. Because if the first expression will be evaluated, if the expression is true, then the true expression will be evaluated. If the expression is false, then false expression will be evaluated. So this ternary operator can also be overloaded. And the next one is runtime type information operator. So if I want to know the type ID, then also I can use this operator, okay. This operator also I cannot overload, okay. So total, what are the operators that I cannot overload? The first one is your scope resolution operator, which is defined, this scope resolution operator I cannot overload, and the size of operator, which is used to know the size of the data types or size of the objects, that also I cannot overload. And the next one is member access operator. If I want to access these members, then this is your member access operator. That is also I cannot overload. And pointer to member access operator, so star dot or dot star, that also I cannot overload. And ternary operator, this one also I cannot overload. And the next one is runtime type. If I want to know the type ID, what is the identification type, data type ID, that type if I want to know, then that is also not possible by using this one. Okay, so type ID. So all these are the operators that I cannot overload. Okay, and the next one is your syntax. What is the syntax for overloading this operator? So this is operator overloading is nothing but it is also a special member function only. Okay, it is also a special member function like constructor. It is also a member function only. So but it has a special member function. So whenever I am telling about this function, that has three things. One is the return type and what is the name of the function, and the next one is parameters. So operator is also a function, so that's why it will have return type. And here you, if I want to define outside, then you will have this class name and scope resolution operator. And what is the operator is the keyword. Operator is a keyword. Whenever I am defining outside the class, then only I will use this syntax. But generally return type and operator is a keyword, and which operator I want to overload, that is your operator symbol. And what are the parameters? Okay, so what is the syntax for a simple operator overloading is return type, and any function will have this return type and what is the name of the function, but it has a special syntax, that is operator. So this is your keyword, and what is the name of the function for this operator overloading is operator keyword, and which operator you want to overload. Whether I want to overload plus, I will mention as operator plus. Whether I want to overload minus, I will mention operator minus. Whether I want to overload remaining like ampersand, I will mention. Whether I want to overload left shift, or whether I want to relational operator, whether I want to assignment operator equal to. Okay, so which operator I want to overload. Okay, so that operator I will mention, and all these operators. Okay, I can mention it as operator plus or operator minus, operator ampersand, ampersand less than, operator left shift, operator equal to, and after that we have these parameters. Okay, these are the parameters. Okay, and after that we will define this class. Okay, I will write the definition inside this operator function. Okay, this is your operator overloading. Okay, what is the return type and what is the name of the function is operator, and which symbol you want to overload. Whether I want to overload plus means operator plus, whether I want to overload minus means operator minus, whether I want to overload unary operators, that is plus plus, operator plus plus, or operator minus minus. Okay, and the next one is parameters, and whatever the logic that I want to do perform this operator overloading, that is defined inside. Okay, this is your thing. And if I want to define outside means just what is the name of the class name and scope resolution operator, that's it. Okay, so this is a simple syntax for doing this operator overloading. So here return type is the type of the value returned by the function. Okay, it may be integer, it may be float, it may be character, anything. Okay, that is your return type. After doing some operations, if I want to return any value, then I will mention this return type. And class name is the name of the class, and operator symbol, these two separately. So operator is the keyword or function, and operator symbol is the which operator I want to overload, whether I want to overload plus operator or minus operator or equal to operator, and operator is the keyword. Okay, this operator is the keyword, and argument list is nothing but the parameters. So how many parameters that I want to send for this function, those parameter list I will mention in the argument list. Okay, so this is your operator overloading. So what is the return type and what is the name of the class and what is the operator and what is the symbols. So how many symbols that I can overload. Okay, so that's all about this syntax for this operator overloading. So we will go to the next topic. Okay, so what is operator overloading? The same operator is doing different operations on different situations based on the type of the variables. If those types are integers, then it will do integer addition. If the type is of float, then it will do float addition. If the type is of strings, it will do string addition or concatenation. and some operators can be overloaded and some operators cannot be overloaded. So these are the syntax is nothing but return type, what is the name of the function, operator, and operator to be overloaded, and argument list. So now I will go to the next topic. So what are the different examples on this operator overloading? So what are the different example programs to overload this binary operators and unary operators, and binary operators with operator function as member function and friend function, and unary operators with operator as member function and friend function. All these things we will see. So next now we will see example programs to overload binary operators. So binary operators is nothing but how many parameters it will take? Minimum 2 parameters. Okay, binary, not minimum. Okay, not even minimum. So 2 parameters it will take. Okay, binary operator is an operator that will take 2 operands, 2 variables. Okay, unary operator means that will take only 1 variable. Okay, if I take if I want to do so if I want to do binary, then binary plus minus. Okay, we have different binary operators. So between minimum 2 operands should be there. My plus, minus, and multiplication, division, and next one is your percentile. Because if I want to do addition between 2 numbers, so just a plus I cannot do, right? Because I require minimum 1. So then I can do a plus b or a minus b, a into b. So for doing this binary addition or addition between 2 numbers, so minimum 2 operands are required. Those are called binary operators. Binary operands or binary operators. So if I want to perform operations on between 2 operands, then those are called binary operators. If I want to do operation on a single operand, then that is called your unary operators. So if I take plus a, so plus a, so this is used to represent a positive number. So if I have this c equal to 10 and a equal to, if I mention as plus c, then what it will do, the 10 will be by default a number is a positive number, but I want to convert that plus c into positive number, then I will use this plus c. Or if I want to convert this number into negative number, then I will use this minus c. This plus and minus operators are I am using on a single variable. So these are called what we call, these are called unary operators. Okay, unary operators. And if I take like x equal to plus c, or x equal to minus c, like this. Okay, so plus operator also I can use on a single operand, single variable I can use. So plus I can use single variable, minus I can use single variable, minus I can use or plus, unary minus and unary plus. These are called unary plus and unary minus. But this is your binary plus addition operator. Okay, this is different and this is different. Okay, this a minus b. So if I want to do subtraction, then I require this binary minus operator. If I want to do addition, I will require this binary positive operator, binary plus operator. If I want to do a positive number operation, then I can use on a single variable. This is your unary plus operator, unary minus operator, unary plus operator, and unary minus operator. These are unary operators and these are binary operators. So I can overload both unary operators and binary operators. So for now I am discussing about overloading binary operators. Okay, so binary operator is an operator that takes 2 operands, 2 variables. So just now we discussed unary operator is an operator that will take only 1 operand, 1 variable only, but binary operator is an operator that will take 2 variables. Okay, binary operator overloading is similar to unary operator overloading, except that a binary operator overloading requires an additional parameter. Okay, so what is the difference between unary operator and binary operator is unary operator will take only 1 argument, but binary operator will take 2 arguments, 2 operands or 2 variables. So what are the examples for this binary operators are arithmetic operators. So plus, minus, into, by, or percentile. Okay, plus addition between 2 numbers, minus is nothing but subtraction between 2 numbers, and star is nothing but multiplication between 2 numbers, and by is nothing but your division between 2 numbers or 2 variables, or percentile is nothing but that is your modulo operation between two variables. and arithmetic assignment operators. All these are your binary operators. If I want to do plus equal to or minus equal to or star equal to, by equal to or percentile equal to, so that is nothing but if I have this plus equal to, then I can do addition between this is nothing but what is this one? If I mention it as plus equal to, like a plus equal to b. So what is the meaning of this one? A equal to a plus b. So first it will do this addition between these two numbers, and after that it will assign into this a variable. So this a plus equal to, this is also I can do between two operands. Okay, so that's why these are called these are all called binary operators. And relational operators also, if I take relational operators, so if I have a equal to 10 comma b equal to 20, and if I want to find the relationship between these two values, so what are the relations that I can do? Whether a is less than b, or a is greater than b, or a greater than or equal to, or a less than or equal to, a equal to, or a not equal. So this, if I want to do relational operation also, I require minimum two variables. So that's why these are also binary operators. So binary operators require two operands, and they are overloaded by using member functions and friend functions. Okay, so this is about binary operators and overloading binary operators using member functions. So this overloading can be done in two ways. One is by using this member functions, and another way is by using these friend functions. I can do this overloading of binary operators or unary operators. I can do using two ways. One is by using binary operator overloading using a normal member function, or binary operator overloading using a friend function, or unary operator overloading using a normal member function, or unary operator overloading using a friend function. So now in the first case I will discuss what is overloading of binary operators using member functions. Okay, so if overloading as a member function, binary operators require only one argument. Okay, whenever I am overloading or I am doing this binary operator overloading using a member function, then that member function will take only one argument. This I will explain with example, but just for your understanding, you just remember that whenever I want to do this binary operator overloading using a member function, then I require only one argument. Or that member function will take only, or the operator function will take only one parameter. The argument contains the value of the object, which is the right of the operator. If we want to perform the addition of two objects, O1 and O2, the overloading function should be declared as follows. So this is your operator and this number O2. Therefore, number is a class name of, and O2 is the object. To call the function operator, the statement is as follows. If I want to do operator overloading, by using this operator overloading, I want to add two objects. So that is, your name is class number. Okay, so this is your class number. So if I want to do in the void main, what I will do? So I will create these objects for this one, that is your number O1 comma O2 comma O3. I created three objects. Now I will do O3 equal to O1 plus O2. So that's it, right? So this is your number class number, and by using these objects, but generally what I can do by using plus operator, I can add two integer values or two float values, or if I want to do a string concatenation, then I will use these strings between those two strings. If I use plus operator, then it will do string addition or concatenation operation it will do. But by using this plus operator, what I want to do over here, I want to add two objects, but I cannot do, right? Because the normal plus operator, it can add two integer values by default, or two float values I can add, or one float value, one integer value I can add. Those things I can do. But by using this plus operator, I want to add two objects. So I am changing the behavior to add these two objects. So what is the logic for adding these two objects? That I will write in the operator function. So that I have to define inside this class, because it is a member function. So what is the syntax for this operator overloading? What is the return type? So if whether I want to return any value, then I will mention it as number. Because if I add two objects, it will return object only. So that's why the return type is object. And what is the name of the function? That is your operator. And which operator I am overloading? Plus operator, because I want to add two objects. So what is the parameter that it is taking? Because it is taking O1 plus O2, because I am calling internally, it will call with O2 only. So what it will call? It will call internally like O1 dot operator plus of O2. Like this it will call. So it will take only one object. So it is of what type? Number. So number type. That's it. Okay. I can write the definition inside the class, or I can write the definition outside the class. But this is the syntax. Okay. So whenever I want to do this operator overloading for a binary operator or unary operator, whenever I want to do this binary operator overloading, that member function or operator function will take only one object value as a parameter. One object value as a parameter. One argument. Okay. So it contains value of, so this one O1 plus O2. That's why it will have this operator, and which operator I am overloading? Plus. So I have to write like this, plus. Okay. I think this one is wrong. Here I have to write operator, and which operator I am overloading? Plus operator. So I have to mention that plus operator, and inside this function parameters I have to, how many parameters it will take? It will take only one parameters. Okay, one parameter which is of object type only. So this is your operator plus function which will take one variable as argument. Okay, we learned that the member function can be called by using class of that object. Okay, so hence the called member function is always preceded by the objects. Here in the above statement, the operator O1 invokes the operator and the object O2. How? It is nothing but internally O1 dot operator plus of O2. So it will take only one parameter as whenever I am doing this operator overloading, binary operator overloading using member function, then this operator function will take only one argument. Okay. Here the data members of O1 are passed directly, and the data members of O2 are passed as argument. So no need of this one. O1, whatever the data members of this O1, that will be directly passed to this operator function, but only this O2 function argument should I have to mention in the parameters. While overloading binary operators, the left hand operator calls the operator function and the right hand operator is used as argument. So this is where the very fundamental role. Whenever we are using this overloading of binary operators, the left hand operand, okay, so this one O1, so the left hand operand always used to call the function. So that is nothing but O1 dot operator, operator plus it will call. The left hand argument is always used to call the function, operator function, and the right side argument will be acting as a argument for this function. Okay, that is very important point. So next one is overloading of these binary operators using friend functions. I can overload these binary, not even binary operators or unary operators, but the case is whenever I am overloading binary operators using member functions, or whenever I am overloading these binary operators using friend functions, friend function can be used alternately with the member functions for overloading the binary operators. Even if I want to overload these binary operators or unary operators, that is possible through friend functions. But as friend function is not a member function to any class, it is not a member function to any class, then if I am using this operator overloading using binary or by using friend functions, then I have to send these two arguments. Then I have to send these two objects as arguments. Okay, so whenever I am using this whenever I am doing this binary operator overloading using friend functions, then I have to use this operator function. Okay, and which operator that I want to overload, and it has to mention this two arguments. Okay, two objects. Okay, two objects. But in case of it is a member function means because the first argument is acting used to call the function operator function, and the second one only acting as a data member, second one only acting as a parameter. But in case of friend function, if that operator function, if I mention it as a friend function, then I have to send these two, whatever the left side and right side, those two objects will be sending as a parameter to this friend function. Okay, if this operator function is a friend function, then compulsory it has to take minimum 2 arguments. For the binary operator overloading, it will take 2 arguments. For the unary operator overloading, it will take 1 argument. But in case of member functions, if I am using this operator overloading by using member function, if I am using binary operator, then it will take only 1 argument. If it is unary operator, then it won't take any arguments. We will see with examples. Both the above statements have the same meaning. In the second statement, 2 objects are passed to the operator function. The use of the member function and friend function produces the same result. Okay. So now we will see some examples. Yeah, so before seeing those examples of binary operator overloading using member function and binary operator overloading using friend functions, now I will go to this unary operator overloading. Okay, example programs to overload unary operators. After this, we will discuss the examples for this unary operator overloading using member function, unary operator overloading using friend function, binary operator overloading using member function, binary operator overloading using friend function. Okay, everything we will see after discussing this one in the next class. Okay, all the examples we will discuss. Okay, so as the name suggests, the unary operators operate on a single operand. So what is the difference between binary operator overloading and unary operator overloading? In case of unary operator overloading, I can use only one operand or one variable. Okay, and in case of binary operator overloading, I can use minimum two operands. Okay, 2 variables. So what are the examples for this unary operator overloading? Increment operator is there and decrement operator is there, and unary minus is there, and logical not, logical and those are also, because that I didn't discuss, I think. Okay, so if I have plus a, so this is your unary increment operator, or minus a, this is your decrement operator, or you can use plus a, that is positive number. If I want to make it as a negative number, then minus a, and you can use my not a, so which is used to negate that number. Okay, if it is 1010, that is 10, a is 10 is nothing but, if I, for example, if I take for all these examples, we will take a value as 10. Okay, if I take a value as 10, then plus a will do what, 11, and minus a will do what, 9, and plus a is nothing but plus 10. It will make the 10 as positive number, and minus 10 is nothing but minus 10. It will make the number as negative number, and not a, that is nothing but this 10 binary value is 1010. So 1010, it will negate it, so that is nothing but 0101, so that is nothing but 5. So not a will make this into 5. And if I using like this, so these are operators. So whatever the operators, that is plus increment, decrement operator, plus operator, unary plus, unary minus, and unary not, all these operators are your unary operators. So because all will take what, only one operand. Okay, all these operators will take only one operand or one variable it will take. So these are called unary operators. So unary operators operate on the object for which they were called, and normally this operator appears on the left side of the object as not obj, not minus obj, or plus obj, but sometimes they can be used with postfix also, obj plus. Okay, so whenever I am using this unary operator overloading, I think so I think that is not there. Okay, no problem. So whenever I am using with unary operator overloading, in case of this one, okay, in the same manner, if I am using with unary operator overloading, so how can I do? That is, you have class something number. Okay, so if I am doing this unary operator overloading and void main, okay, void main. In the void main, I will create the object for this number, so that there is number obj. And what is the unary operator overloading? That is plus obj or minus obj or okay, this minus obj or plus obj or not obj. I can do like this. So what it will do internally, so this is generally I can use this plus operator only to the integer value, so that it will do increment operation, and minus operator I can use for the integers or float values, so that it will do negation. But I am using this operator on a object, so whenever I am doing this one, it will do internally. So before that one, whenever I am having this plus operator I am doing for the object, then I have to write what is the return type. I don't want to return any value, then void. And what is the name of the operator function? How can I define? Operator is the keyword. So operator is the keyword, and what is the operator I want to overload? Plus operator. Okay, plus operator plus, and after this operator plus, I have to mention the arguments. Okay, as it is, whenever I am using this one, it will call internally obj dot operator plus of, will send this obj only as the argument. So obj dot this one, obj dot operator plus of obj. So that's why it will take this number parameter. Okay, so that will take this number parameter. Okay, I can define inside also, or I can define outside also. So whenever I am defining this one, so whenever I am using this plus obj dot operator plus of obj will be called. So it has to be of number type. So whenever I am using this operator function with a unary operator overloading, then this, if it is a member function, then it will take one argument. Okay, it won't take any argument, sorry, it won't take any argument. By default this left side will be sending. So that's why whenever I am using this operator overloading using a member function, then whenever I am using this unary operator overloading using a member function, then this operator function will not take any arguments, 0. But if it is a friend function, then it will take minimum 1 argument. Okay, in case of it is a operator overloading by using this normal binary operator overloading, then if it is a member function, then it will take 1 argument. If it is a friend function, then it will take 2 arguments. Okay, so this one, that's it for the today's class. So in the today's class we have discussed what is operator overloading, what is the how many operators that I can overload, and what are the operators that I cannot overload. And after that we discussed what is the syntax for this operator overloading, and after that how you can do operator overloading. That is I have different things, but what are the main operator overloading concepts is unary operator overloading and binary operator overloading. In case of unary operator overloading, I can overload the plus operator, minus operator, plus operator, minus operator, not operator using member functions and also friend functions. But whenever you are using unary operator overloading using friend function, it will take 1 argument, and member function means it won't take any arguments, 0 arguments. But whenever I am using this binary operator overloading using friend function, then it will take 2 arguments, and if I using member function, it will take only 1 argument. So in the tomorrow's class we will discuss examples using all these things. Then you will understand why it is taking 1 argument, why it is taking 2 arguments, everything. Okay, so with this I am concluding the today's class. In the tomorrow's class we will discuss examples programs using this unary operator overloading and binary operator overloading using both member functions and friend functions. Thank you all.